Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Jeanette Biro here. I'm a medium and a channeler, and welcome to your weekday daily card reading where we dive into the cards, see what's in store with a message from Spirit. This week, I am using this really sweet pocket mini deck. It is the Mystical Shaman Oracle. They do make it in the regular size as well. Let's see what's in store, though. So the reason why I paused for a second is two things. First of all, today is a new moon, and this new moon, this first kind of new moon energy, the dark moon, which is new beginnings, all of that in the first month of the new year, right? Like this new. There's big new energy here. But what's interesting is this moon energy is also kind of calling us to rest into it, which is funny because it's the opposite of the energy that is so forward moving, which is January. And Spirit talked about it in the January energy update that it's very fast paced, and it is. But the beautiful thing about the moon energy today, and kind of like 3 days before, 3 days after, but I want to say especially the 3 days after, so that leads into our weekend, is take the opportunities for rest. Resting your body, resting your mind, whatever that looks like for you, there's a huge value in it. And my guides are like, yes. And do you know why? And so I was like, why? And they're like, because it allows you the space to observe the new beginnings that are taking shape. So very cool. All right, let's see what the cards have to say for today. One more shuffle feels about right. Okay, Spirit. Ooh, very cool. Okay, yeah, I really like this. So, okay, ooh. Do you remember in yesterday's message, and I talked about these droplets of water, and Spirit was showing me these beautiful droplets of water, and how each of us have been healing our heart space to turn that droplet into one of healing, openness, higher consciousness, and all of those drops feed into this greater collective water that nourishes all of us. If you missed that message, I highly recommend you listen to it, because this is what's so amazing. This is what just like stopped me in my tracks. These two cards, we have the Rainmaker, which speaks of those water droplets, and then we have the Heart of the Sky, Heart of Sky. This is literally what Spirit was talking about yesterday, and now it came out in this deck. This is fantastic. This is extra emphasis on how much it matters, how much the growth that you have done, you have completed, you have moved through, you have evolved in, makes a huge difference to the collective. This specifically, this card has a couple other meanings, but I have to emphasize that this, the Heart of Sky is really like Spirit's view of us and how we are all connected into the cosmic level of beings. We're not just humans, we are so much more. And everything that we've been doing has a big effect of what comes back down onto us, like the rain, which feeds the collective waters, is so heart-based right now. There is so much emphasis of the heart right now, the emotional heart. I'm seeing lots of cups energy in my mind from tarot. Pay attention to your heart in how you rest it today and into the weekend, and what do you observe from your heart space, because there's so much nourishing, life-giving energy available to you this weekend because of this, because of everybody's heart energy and each of those individual droplets coming down like the rain by the Rainmaker. If you drink from that metaphorical water, you have the ability to reinvigorate your energy, because what's really interesting, this fast moving energy of the beginning of January has also been happening on very drained bodies, if we could put it that way. And so this really speaks of pull in the energies that help nourish your soul, bring back your life force energy this weekend, because there's a lot available to you because of you and everybody else doing their job, right? I'm seeing like a figure eight kind of energy, like the energy that you put out and the healing feeds back into that collective pool, which then you get to draw from, which feeds back into you, and it just goes around and around and around. I hope you can feel my excitement about these two cards. It absolutely echoes yesterday's reading. Makes me so excited. Okay, now the other parts that really support this idea as well, and Spirit is really, it feels like they're wanting to double down on the acknowledgement of this. And that is, first of all, of your journey. How deeply you have journeyed, like we've talked about, they hear it and they recognize it. And this figure here, this very shaman-like imagery, is like the recognition of all of your guides, all of the higher versions of self, parallel versions of self, coming together in this cohesive energetic bond of consciousness, recognizing the degree of journeying you have been doing. And they really, really, really want to emphasize that they see you. They know how much you have worked hard to push through so many different things. And so what that means is, with this energy of the corn, this talks about harvest. This talks about receiving the fruits of your labor. And so for many of you, I think too, in Spirit's invitation to really observe this weekend and observe from that heart space, and they said healed heart space. So that's interesting. When we sit back and observe from that heart space, we're going to recognize how much corn we get to harvest. And it's really like how much heart-filling experiences, the reality you're beginning or have created for yourself now in your 5D consciousness, it is ready to be harvested, to be manifested into your reality, either in shape, meaning physical form, or thought. It is being manifested now. Many of you are going to be able to start observing this when you take that kind of rest energy of this new moon. Spirit wants to show you how far you have come and give you more insights in the directions of where you're going right now with this card. So we have beautiful energy of validation of our journey and support in terms of harvest and abundance. And then as well, Spirit working alongside our healing and really emphasizing how much it is feeding back into the collective now. And this is huge, because not only is this good for you and I and all of us that are in this 5D awakening consciousness, but it also helps to feed into those maybe stuck in a 3D consciousness, stuck in the ideas of limitation, stuck in whatever that may be. It helps to nourish their soul, to help them think of something more, something outside of the box. So I want to say that this really shows beautiful progress, and there's such a calming energy from Spirit right now. Again, this like applause, this support, this celebration of everything that each and every one of you have done. And then into the energy of the weekend, we get to sit back and observe that from a beautiful open heart space. So I'm very excited about this reading. This is fantastic. I hope you feel the beautiful energy as well. And I will leave that with all of you. Thank you so much as always for joining me. Please do hit subscribe and share if you're enjoying this content. And I will see you all tomorrow. Have a good one.